Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Rapid Subconscious Reprogramming Community. I normally do these in the group, but today I want to share a little bit more as I normally do. I'm doing it on my profile, but just a reminder, this happens in the group Rapid Subconscious Reprogramming. So today I want to talk about most behaviors are created from these two main reasons. Like, we need to understand to be able to make changes in our behaviors, where they come from, why are they there? And that's the idea with today. We're going to go deeper into understanding. As I normally teach, share with others, is that to be able to make changes in whatever area of life that we want to make changes, we need to understand. If we need to fix a car, right? If our car is broken, we need to understand how a car works to be able to fix it. If we need to fix a problem in a company, we need to understand how a company works. If we need to fix a problem in an accounting, right, in our numbers, taxes, right, we need to understand some accounting. It doesn't mean that we need to be perfect at it. We need to be an expert, but at least we need to have a good understanding in any type of area if we want to make changes. And this is one of the biggest things I have seen over and over again, even big gurus, big names out there that, according to what I have studied, what I have experienced, they don't truly grasp how the mind works. So I just want to share this more and more. I do it a lot in my book. As many of you know, I have launched my book. If you're interested in going deeper, just let us know, and we'll send you the link to get a copy of the book where I explain this at a much deeper level. But let's start a little bit with this. So to understand behavior, we need to understand why is it created. And what I have experienced is that there are two main reasons why we create our behaviors, right? From our human side, as I talked about this in the past, I believe we're spiritual beings living a human experience. So from our human side, from our past experience, from maybe our unresolved issues, we're going to create most of our behaviors. So there's a part of us that might have not felt loved and accepted as kids growing up, right? In different circumstances. It doesn't mean that you had a very bad childhood. It just could have been that your parents were not there as you needed them. Maybe they were not listening when you needed them. With different things that happened in your life. Maybe it was a sibling that you had, a grandparent, different people along your life that might have not made you feel loved, accepted, recognized, understood. So out of that, we start creating behaviors in a way to compensate. And this is what I want to go deeper today. The two main reasons why we create behaviors from our human side is number one is to be able to find love and acceptance on the outside. Yes, number one is find love and acceptance, writing it down, acceptance on the outside. Yes. So what does that mean? A person could create, become people pleaser, right? Could create this behavior of pleasing others so that in exchange, that person can get love and acceptance. Let me know if that makes sense. If you have seen people or you have fallen into this, people pleasing, wanting others to be happy with you, to love you, to see you as somebody important or whatever, right? Try to please others to try to feel good about yourself. I've fallen into that for many years of my life. It didn't matter what I wanted. It was more important what others wanted. And that, of course, brought a lot of pain in my life because I wasn't truly doing what I wanted. I was doing more for what others. So type 1 in the chat if this is something that resonates with you guys, right? Number one, find love and acceptance on the outside. And this could be different things. Oh yeah, there we go. One's coming in. Patricia, thank you for watching over there too on social media. We got on Zoom, Alexa, Chris, Nan, Mary, Nancy, and Romana, thank you. Putting ones over there. Perfect. So again, going back to this, people tend to try to find love on the outside. It could be, through a degree. I feel that if I have a degree, a title, right, people are going to love and accept me. Having a big house, having a specific car, making X amount of money, whatever it is, people start looking for love and acceptance on the outside. And it could be many different type of behaviors. This is important to understand. Okay, I just named one, right, as people pleasing, but it could be maybe in this case, perfectionism. A perfectionist normally has to do with two, is looking for love and acceptance, and that person thinks that if they do everything perfect, eventually they're going to be loved and accepted. So boom, there we go, another one. People pleasing, perfectionism can be another behavior, right? General behavior. Then we got to go deeper. So we need to understand that, again, we created a behavior out of one of these two reasons. I said, number one, maybe to look for love and acceptance. So imagine this. Imagine that now I start beating myself up, right? I start beating myself up emotionally or mentally to that part of me that created this behavior to feel loved and acceptance on the outside. I start beating it up. Do you think that if that part of me was looking for love and acceptance and now feels more rejected by me, another part of me feels really rejected because I'm not accepting that this part of me created this behavior out of a lack of love and acceptance, I start beating it up. Do you think that I'm going to be able to get rid of that behavior, or am I going to encourage that behavior? Put that in the chat. Do you think is going to reduce or increase? Type that in the chat, please, guys, as you're watching this. If you're beating that behavior up, that part of you that created that behavior to find love and acceptance on the outside, if you beat it up, are you going to increase or decrease that behavior? Let's see the answers on the chat. Increase. There you go, Nancy. Why is it that we're going to increase it? And this is important to understand. We're going to start increasing that because we're doing exactly what was done to us in the first place that created that behavior. So again, as I didn't feel love and acceptance, and I need love and acceptance, right? As a human being, I'm going to go out there, looking for it. So I need to create behaviors to find that love and acceptance on the outside, right? So if I beat up that part of me that didn't feel love and accepted, that went out there looking for that love and acceptance, and it feels less love and acceptance, in most cases, people, in most cases, that part of me is going to increase that behavior. It's going to do more of that. Let me go back to, here we go, so you can see me, right? So first thing that drives behavior is looking for love and acceptance. And it could be in many forms. It could be looking for spirituality, right? Because I want to be loved and accepted. So if I'm part of this group, it could be religion, it could be politics, it could be, sports. People start looking to become members, to be part of a group, because many times from their human side, and they're disconnected many times from their spiritual side, they need that to feel loved and acceptance. Does that make sense so far? Type a yes in the chat if this is making sense. So now we can go now to the next thing. I said two reasons, I named one, looking for love and acceptance. So let's move over now to the second, right, reason why people are in a way creating behaviors. So in this case, it would be to numb the pain of the lack of love and acceptance. Numb the pain of the lack of love and acceptance. What does that mean? Right? When I didn't receive love and acceptance, I need to start finding, as I said, one thing is to keep looking for that on the outside, and the other one is numbing the pain. Numbing the pain could be eating sugar, when you're watching, romantic movies. Look at this, guys. In most romantic movies, when, there is a love problem, a relationship problem, what does typically, I'm not saying it's always, typically the women are eating what? Type on the chat what normally the movies portray women doing once they have a breakup. There we go. Cake, ice cream. Normally what we see in most cases is ice cream, cake too, but they're using sugar to cover up the pain. In guys' side, on the guy's side, what we're going to see most of the times is drinking beer, drinking alcohol, right? So people are going to find out their ways to numb the pain of the lack of love and acceptance. And the problem that we're seeing nowadays more and more is that people are using healthy habits as an escape. So look at this, going to the gym, it could be a way of numbing the pain because you're keeping yourself, entertained, you're releasing dopamine, you're releasing different hormones that keep you, feeling better. But as soon as you're by yourself at home, you feel like crap. So who hasn't gone through this, that you did something that made you feel better, and then when you go back home, you feel empty again, you feel like crap again? Who has felt that in the past? Type a yes or a no in the past in the chat. You did something, it made you feel good. It could be meditation, it could be yoga, it could be running, it could be reading, it could be dancing, it could be singing, it could be spirituality. It doesn't matter. I do it, I feel better, and then suddenly I'm by myself again, I'm alone, I'm at home, and boom, I feel down again. It happens to most people because a lot of people out there are using more healthy things, right? Healthy stuff as still an addiction. Whatever you're using to move away from your pain, whatever you're using to move away from your pain could be an addiction. Seriously, going out running whenever you feel sad, whenever you feel bad, that is an escape. It doesn't mean that it's not okay to go run all you want. But if you're not really dealing with your sadness, understanding why it's there and what's going on, actually you're covering the problem. You're not really dealing with the root of what is going on. Why are you feeling the way that you're feeling? And this is, based most of my work there, that we need to understand. Hey, Nanuka, how are you? Thank you for stopping by too. Hey, Suzanne. So what we need to understand is what is going on deeper. Is it with this behavior that I'm looking for love or acceptance, or is it a behavior that I'm using to numb the pain out of lack of love, out of the pain of the lack of love and acceptance that I don't feel, right? Because again, if I beat myself up because I'm eating too much, because I want to go on a diet, and this is one of the big reasons why most people fail in diets, and it has nothing to do with the diet in itself. There could be a problem in the diet, but most people struggle with their weight and with dieting because of their mindset. Because if they're using food, and I've seen it in many people that I work with, a lot of people that I have helped lose weight, there was an association with food. I was working with a guy that he was struggling with losing weight. And when we went back into his subconscious mind to identify what was the connection he had made the connection that being bigger, having more weight, could give him a chance of being seen, loved, and accepted. Look at this. He had associated that overweight was good for him to be seen so that it could bring love and acceptance. So forcing himself to go on a diet was making himself feel even worse. Why? Because if he was using food to numb the pain, right, and to find a way to try to feel loved and accepted and try to take that away without receiving, changing, and being able to love and accept himself, it's impossible. It's like, here, guys, imagine I have a broken tire. I take the tire away, I take everything away, and I want to drive my car away, right, again, and take it to the mechanic with one less tire. Seriously, imagine this. I'm taking a tire out of the car. Is the car going to work? Is it going to be able to take me where I want to go? No, it's going to fall over, and it's going to be, limping in a way all the way to wherever I need to go. Maybe I won't be able to make it. I'm going to destroy the car. So if there is a behavior that is not working, find what it is doing, numbing or looking for love and acceptance. Find the part of you that created that, love and accept that part of you, and then work towards changing the behavior. The first step is to loving and accepting, because again, that behavior was created out of a lack of love and acceptance. Is this making sense, people? I want to please write it down in the chat if this is making sense. I was in addiction of food like that, still being cautious not to go back. There you go, Nanuka. Very important what you're saying. But be careful, be careful. I'm not saying this is you, okay, Nanuka? I'm just sharing this general for everyone as you're listening and you shared, is that a lot of people change an unhealthy addiction like eating, and now they go into another addiction that it could be social media that is a little more healthy, right? It could be running, it could be going to the gym, it could be reading. They use something else to numb the pain, but they're still numbing the pain. So you got to be very careful, because I have seen and talked and worked with hundreds of people out there that they were changing cigarette for, gym, and they were still numbing the pain. So they still felt empty. They still felt like crap in the inside, because they were not really dealing with the root cause. They were just covering it with, the next thing that they were doing. So Krishna, and this might be controversial, isn't this behavior how people get successful by using the task and escape activity? Yes, Krishna, but you know what? I've seen a lot of people that have gotten far in their life and they have a big breakdown. And you can look at the actors, that they're the most exposed. Have you heard, like Ben Affleck, that he destroyed his marriage through alcohol? And I don't know if he had, some extra ladies around there, but alcohol destroyed his life and his marriage. And he was married to another amazing actress. I believe Ben Affleck, for me at least, he's a really good actor, right? He had married with another amazing actress that is well known and everything. They had kids and everything, and he destroyed the marriage with alcohol. So though he had money, he had recognition, he had on the outside acceptance, love from, his followers, he had his wife, he had his kids. Deep down, he still didn't feel that. He was covering up with everything on the outside. Yes. So here, yes, I had a food addiction also. I still face, yes, retreating inwards. I had in books and movies when I feel low. There you go. So the idea is to be able to identify what is going on deeper. I explain more in that my book, in my training. So if you want to know more, please go ahead, see more of my stuff. I talk much more about this. Today is mainly about talking about behaviors and how we created them. Again, two main reasons. We created behaviors out of looking for love and acceptance, or the other reason is to numb the pain of the lack of love and acceptance. So if you want to change a behavior, first understand why was it created. From there, why was it created? Then we can move forward to the next step. But if I don't understand what's going on deep down, as I said, this person that was eating because he wanted to be big, to be seen, right, and be loved and accepted. There was some numbing, because he talked about that sometimes he would just go and eat and eat and eat, out of emotional eating. But also there was an association in his mind that if he was big, he was going to be protected. Seen. There was another person that went through this process too, that in her case, she used to eat because when she was chubby, dad wouldn't pick on her. Look at this. Her association is me chubby, I don't get picked at by dad. And then later on, growing up by others, right? So she was eating more than what she should, and she was a little bit chubby, a little bit overweight, right? Because it was her protective mechanism. So instead of hating herself, beating herself up because she was chubby, because she was eating too much, right? Or forcing herself, listen to this, forcing herself to stop eating, that she was in a way taking her shield down. So imagine this. Imagine that there's some people that are going to attack you, and you have a shield that you can put up, and these guys couldn't be able to reach you. And I tell you, the people are running towards you. I want you to bring the shield down. You're going to say, no, Tommy, I'm not going to bring the shield down. The only way for you to bring the shield down is for you to feel safe, loved, and accepted. When this woman started feeling loved and accepted, she was able to bring her shield down, was able to not need food, right, to protect herself. She had associated that food was her protection. You see how the mind creates different stories that we need to identify before changing. Again, if I don't understand how the car works, I'm going to need to hack the car. I'm going to need to do something strange to be able to make changes. And this is what a lot of people out there try to hack their mind to make changes. That's why mindset hacks and all those words, that in some cases it's good, don't get me wrong, but most people have it all wrong, and they're trying to teach you. Like I had a guy that was teaching about mindset, that he would say, keep the ice cream really far away, hidden in the back of the fridge so you wouldn't grab it. I instead tell you, try to understand why you're needing to hide it or not buy it. Why can't you control yourself from eating maybe a little bit of ice cream every day, or every 2 days, or every once a week, or whatever? I can yesterday I went skiing with some friends, right? And we got together at a cafe in the middle of the mountain, right? And they brought out some, snacks and things that they were full of sugar, and they were all enjoying it, and it's fine. And I'm on a quest again. I'm not trying to consume sugar at all for some time. We'll see again how long. I did it for 8 years. Then I came back and forth. I don't have a problem with it, but sometimes I consume. Sometimes. Yesterday was Sunday. Today I had to work, so I said, you know what? I'd rather not put that into my body. Tomorrow I'm gonna be doing these sessions and everything, so I'd rather not eat. Right? Maybe a Friday night or Saturday during the day, maybe I eat a little bit, right, of sugar. That's it. Once a week, a little bit, right? I decide not to eat. But in this case of this guy that is saying, oh, put it in the back of the fridge, I should have stood up and left. I know. I was able to sit in front of them, see them consume all of this, that it was amazing. Don't get me wrong. It was very nice food to eat. And I didn't eat at all. Again, because I'm doing the work and I'm understanding what's going on in my mind. I'm able to sit at a table where other people are eating anything else, right, that I don't eat, and don't get tempted to eat it. Sorry, I still get a little bit tempted to eat it, but I don't eat it. Let's put it that way. I don't eat it, and it's okay. So instead of hacking the mind, is understanding it. Understanding what's going on is going to help you become more powerful to make more changes in your life. So let's see. I can have sweets in my house. I'm a junkie. There you go. I'm good with this. If I have sweets, I eat one serving in a restaurant. There you go. You see, you cannot have sweets in your house. I have sweets in my house. I have chocolate. I have everything in my house because my wife likes consuming that on the weekends, and I don't touch it. When I decide to do it, I eat it. Don't get me wrong. Every now and then I eat it. But I'm now in a quest again of trying not to eat, maybe for a couple of months, cleanse my body again. Everyone can choose whatever you want. But if you want to stop eating sweets or, be able to control yourself better, understand what is a connection you have made. Once I was working with another person once, I don't even remember her name. It was many years ago. And what was going on in her head is that her grandmother would give her sweets when she was little. So she had associated that sweets and love, right, were together. Sweets and love came together. So she would eat lots of sweets, because it was what she was feeling when she was around her grandmother. Her grandmother has passed away. So look at the association again over here. Sweets gave her love because it came from, quote unquote, when she was a little girl, it came from her grandmother. So she missed her grandmother and she wanted love and accepted love, in this case, not acceptance, but love. She would eat sweets and couldn't control herself around sweets. So it's understanding the connections, the wiring that has happened in your mind that have created these stories that now you replay over and over in your mind. So let me know if this is making sense. Type a 10 in the chat if this is making sense, if this is helping you. So again, two main reasons: looking for love and acceptance, or the second reason, numbing the pain of the lack of love and acceptance. Those are the two main drivers why we created behaviors in the past. And we all have them, guys. We all have them. The idea is to be able to find the parts of us that created the behavior, love and accept that part of me, give that part of me love and acceptance so that part of me can start letting go of that, right, eventually, and I can control myself. I maybe eat one sweet or two sweet and then stop that, or eat a piece of chocolate and stop that, right? And I'll need to buy one sweet, take one sweet home so I don't eat too many, right? It's a recommendation. Of course, you can do whatever you want. You can hack the mind or you can truly change. That's up to you. But with this work that I'm sharing, it helps you connect with yourself at a deeper level to become your true self, the true, being we came here to earth to manifest, to share with others. But if we keep hacking the mind, we keep forcing ourselves, we stop loving ourselves or continue not loving ourselves, unfortunately, it's going to be very difficult to truly become who we are meant to be. And I've said it many times, John 14:12, when Jesus shared with his disciples that we're meant for greatness because we're going to the Father, we can do what he did and much more. So why is it that there's not more of that on earth? More people like Jesus doing what he did? Because I believe that we have unresolved issues. We have limiting negative and false beliefs. We live in this cage that is keeping us stuck. the more you're able to really get rid of that, I believe that we're going to get closer to becoming more of who we are meant to be. So I hope that makes sense. Let me know on the chat if you're watching on social media, on Facebook. Thank you very much. If you're there, if you're enjoying this, remember, my book is out, The Science Behind the Mind and Behavior. I truly put there 14 years of study and work with people. I want to share how the mind truly works according to the studies I've done, the research, and the practice that I've done. And I prove in my book, every chapter, I prove my words. I don't just say this works, this doesn't. I say this works because of this, or this doesn't work because of this. And I give examples on how the mind works and how the mind doesn't work. Because again, I see a lot of people commenting on how the mind works, and then it's like, it doesn't make total sense to me. And that's why I've been studying so many people out there, many big names, to really grasp what is going on and be able to truly start making changes. So if you want to know more, get a copy of my book. You can get it on my website, themindengineer.com. You can reach out and let me know that you want a copy. We just launched it. We had lots of people already buying it and starting to read it, loving it. We're getting lots of great feedback. So thank you very much again for all of your support. I hope you can take advantage of this amazing opportunity to read a book that truly has how the mind works and how to start making changes. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much again. I'm going to finish now the Facebook Live. Again, I really appreciate you. Take care, and I see you on the next session. Yep, bye.